Hi everybody. Welcome to Microbiology Summer 2021. I'm Brenda Guston and I'm your lecture instructor for this course, and I also teach the lab for 1/3 of the course, and the other 2/3 are taught by my colleague Donna Powers. I'll talk a little bit more about Donna when we get to our first lecture. But right now, I just want to show you how to get started in this course. What I would recommend before you start the course is to look over the general course syllabus information, and you'll get that by clicking this link. And that's just information you would find for any class, disability information, plagiarism information, things like that. The second one I have on here is the microbiology. Oh, and so that one, I would read it, but you don't necessarily have to print it out. Uh, you know it's there. You can always go back and look at it. I would definitely print out the Microbiology Summer 2021 syllabus if I were you. If you have a lab notebook and a lecture notebook, I would print out two of them, put one in each, just so you can have it at, easily accessible. But you should look at this many times through the semester. There's lots of good information in there and it will keep you on track. So print out your Microbiology Summer 2021 syllabus and read it over. The other thing you want to print out before class gets started is the microbiology textbook. I edited that textbook. There's a organization called OpenStax that creates free textbooks, and a lot of them are really nice, really high quality books. The microbiology book I think was excellent, but the problem with microbiology books is there's so much in there, and it's also you use the same book for microbiology majors versus nursing majors, and there might just be too much for one class. In fact, there's way too much for one class. So what I did is I went through that 1,000-page book and I edited it down to about 100 pages. And so I would highly recommend that you use this book, that you read the chapters that we're talking about. I do PowerPoints in this course, and many of the pictures I get in the PowerPoints are in that book. So you could even sit there with your book while you're listening to the PowerPoints and put little stars next to the figures and the tables that I use. So definitely make a copy of that book. Lots of students have asked me, oh, why don't you just sell the book through the bookstore? And I did that, but what I found was it was more expensive to sell it through the bookstore than it was to get you guys to print it. In fact, what you're going to end up printing is the textbook, your lecture guide, and your lab book. And so all of that together was substantially more expensive through the bookstore. So what I would recommend is get all of these and have them printed at some place like the UPS store or Staples or whatever place you use to get a lot of prints, and it will be cheaper than buying it at the bookstore, and it'll be cheaper than buying a regular textbook that's not an OER, open educational resource. The other thing I want you to print is your lecture guide. This is kind of an outline of objectives and vocabulary, as well as some practice questions that I will follow as I lecture. So you definitely want to have a hard copy of that so you can go back and look at it. You can use it, you can write notes. Some people are getting really good at following along electronically. So if you want to put it on your computer and type notes in there while we're lecturing, you could do that. Or like I said, you could just make a hard copy and then make notes next to it. You could download it on your computer and make spaces where you put notes in there, whatever you want to do. But definitely you're going to be using the lecture guide a lot this semester. And then the last thing you want to print before classes start is your lab book. And you can see I put the lab book on there as a Word document and as a PDF. There's a lot of different things in the lab book, like tables and graphs and things like that. And I found some people, when they printed it out, the formatting kind of went awry. So I put the PDF there. So when you go to look at it on your computer and the formatting looks messed up, or the page spacing or the margins look messed up, just go print out the PDF version. You definitely want a hard copy of that. I left the Word document there, the edit that you can edit, in case for any reason you wanted to type in instead of write in by hand. So print out one of those, just look at it before you print it, make sure the formatting looks good. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is the first day of class, is on Monday. Let's see, when am I making this? 20, 21, 2, 3. Monday, the 24th, May 24th. Does that sound right? Like 20, 21, 2, 3, 4. I think it's Monday, May 24th is the first day of class. What you're going to do is you're going to go over here and you will see week one posted. In fact, I will have that posted before week one. And you'll be able to look at it a couple days before you get to class. So if you wait till Monday, just go on here, click on week one, and it'll get you started. Meanwhile, look over all these materials. You can email me. I'd be glad to talk to you. But I'll also be there on Monday so we can resolve any problems or questions at that time. I'm looking forward to a great semester, and you guys take care.